And we're back, and Mike is sitting there scrolling his phone, not paying attention.
I see everybody.
Caught in HD, bro. Caught in HD.
I always get caught in HD. It's totally fine. No. How's everybody doing?
What's up? We are the Rundown. I'm Oz. I'm up top today.
I'm Micah. I'm down below somehow. But,
yeah, that's all there is to it. It's been flipped on us. It's been flipped.
There we go.
As you can tell, with the production quality, we are not in charge today. We've got producer James back. So we are. Apologies. I am going to be coughing during the stream. I'm getting over a cold, so I'll try and either mute my mic or turn my head away where I have to. But it is going to be an inevitability. Hello, Gary. Hello, mate. Wow. We have got an action-packed schedule this week.
Let's try and let's what can we say? Get straight to it, shall we?
The thing is, right? There's so much for us to talk about. I don't even really know where I want to begin. Like,
I do.
You do? All right. Well, yeah, fine. I'll take it away.
So obviously, everyone should know by now. Obviously, games getting cancelled a couple hours before, 15 minutes before it's happened to the Warriors. 15 minutes before, so there's a lot of hate that a lot of people give on that. But as we know, the London Hornets game against the Rushmore Knights was cancelled. 5 hours before the game was to kick off?
Yeah, I think the cancellation came through about 10 o'clock, and they were due to kick off about 2:30. I think.
So everything that had been booked. So you had the ambulance, most likely, the facilities, the referees, everything was booked and ready to go. It does take a big hit out of teams, and sometimes some teams I know for a fact that some teams know they don't have enough players. It happened a couple years ago when the O's went 0-10. They 15 minutes before kickoff they forfeited the game, so that one was
bro. It's fucking.
So it does happen.
Disgraceful. It's fucking disgraceful.
So it's one of those ones where they probably didn't have enough, and I guess thought that it would have been a pointless journey down to Farnham. Well, is it Farnham?
Rushmore, same area. It's the same area. Sort of area. Yeah.
So it will come down to that point where it's like, let me not, waste my time. But then obviously to pay.
I hate it.
But if I'm correct, the rule that BAFA put in to counteract this is that now the Hornets will have to give Rushmore money back to cover that game.
So we heard that it's going to cost Rushmore around about $1,000 is what they've lost. So that's what it's going to cost. Yeah. So facility, like you say, refs, ambulance, everything else. It's that they're out of pocket around about $1,000. So it's going to be costing the Hornets that much, and I think they're getting off fucking lightly. Like this to me, Hornets, your season's done. Like you should be off to associate. Like you've folded a game in the middle. Like you should no longer. You should have to refund the subs that all of your players played. Mm-hmm. You should be. The club is gone. You're off to associate. I don't give a fuck what happens to you. Those players should be able to go transfer out, go play for another team, because you have clearly shown that you cannot run a club. Like you can't. You've gone into the season with a squad of and people have been talking to all since it happened. It was always been like, oh, Hornets have always had a small team. They've always had a small outfit, and it's like, then that blows my mind. If they've always had, a small a small squad,
they have.
Then what the fuck are you doing? Because you're always going to be at risk of this. Like it's ironic. Like, it's not even ironic the fact that it's happened bank holiday weekend when they're playing a team that just drilled someone that the Knights are the most dominant team in their division.
Yeah.
The Knights drilled Wembley. Wembley beat the Hornets.
Yes. Well, Wembley just about beat the Hornets, but at the same time, I get it.
Yeah, Wembley beat the Hornets. The Knights drilled Wembley. So bank holiday weekend, like, 4 or 5 people are going, you know what? I can't be asked to get my ass handed to me today. I'm going to go on the piss with the boys. I'm going to go do this with whatever. Like, it's just fucking teams in London anyway as well. Like,
we've got what? We've got about seven teams in London, give or take.
There's 5 teams that use the London name. So the Hornets, 2 Blitz teams, O's and Warriors. Then you've got the Stallions as well.
Yes.
Then if you go just outside
you've got Hertfordshire.
London, you've got Hertfordshire.
Yeah.
You've got Rushmore themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, would I catch Rushmore in that catchment area? Probably not, because
it's like the thing is, it's like an hour drive.
Yeah, but Hearts is probably like 30 minutes from. Yeah, so I get it. It's sometimes this is where the combination of teams will obviously work a lot better going forward, as we've seen with the Essex Tridents.
Yeah, it's just that's the thing. Like it's. They should be, see you later, you're off to association, sort your shit out. If you can't come back, and like your players should be refunded their subs, should be able to go off, join another team. And if that means that your club doesn't survive, then your club doesn't, because it's not fucking surviving now. You're folding games. You've played 2 games all year. This is their second game that they're playing this season, and they're already struggling for numbers.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
It's disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. The coaches should be ashamed. The management should be ashamed. The players should be ashamed.
Yeah, but obviously they met the 35 requirement that was set by BEFA. You have to have before the season start.
Met the requirement.
We have to. I'm going by what the requirements are. Unless it didn't happen and they still were allowed, then that's on BEFA's head. That's not on anyone else who said that. If they allowed the team to play in the season, add them into the schedule, then there's not really much else that can be done about that. That is the organization's role to say you cannot play this season.
Yeah.
If they did not have the numbers, regardless.
So that's the thing. So Gary and I wanted to touch on this as well. Gary just mentioned, wouldn't surprise me if Norwich Devils go the same way, had a hiding their first 3 games and haven't scored a point. Yeah, I think we could be staring at a forfeit of a game at least, and maybe by the end of the season, the Norwich Devils are an association team because they need to relook at how they're going to be doing things. But again, while they're fulfilling their fixtures, while they're still fulfilling their fixtures, good on you. Keep it up, but. Nah, fucking. Yeah. It's absolute joke from the Hornets. Like, everybody associated with that organization should be ashamed.
There we go. That's true. But seeing as that has been brought up, we might as well go straight.
Should we segue
straight into the interdivisional match in Division 2? Cornwall Monarchs versus the Ouse Valley Eagles now.
So I got a message from somebody out of the blue that I cropped and shared with you guys in the Sport Tank chat. And
yes,
I'm not sure, Jade. We will talk about the Mustangs. Don't you worry. Donnie didn't lose, so it's a victory for them. No, I got a message. from somebody who I haven't spoken to before. They dropped me a message out of the blue. Oh. This is our rundown fame. Fame, okay. Bro. Honestly, do you not get people adding you on Facebook out of the blue, and you're like, I think I know you. I don't know if I know you.
No, I keep myself. Yeah, no one can find me.
I think my Facebook's pretty much public, so I probably need to go about changing that. And
mine's been private.
Up until recently, I've always just been like Oz on this, and I've never really associated my real name. But now people know who I am. It's like, oh fuck. But this person reached out to me, and they were like, "Did you hear about what happened to Ouse and Monarchs?" I was like, "No." And I'm going to read these messages verbatim. I'm going to keep the person who messaged me anonymous. But I'm going to read the messages verbatim. One of the Monarchs players threw a punch after he got tackled and everything kicked off. Ref tried to jump in, and as one of the Monarchs players ran in, he got pushed and his helmet hit the ref. So the ref got knocked out. Monarchs had a bunch of players leave the sideline too, as it happened on the Ouse Valley sidelines. There was 3 refs for the game. One was the Ouse Valley head coach. He was reffing from the Monarchs sideline. The Monarchs DC was reffing in the middle of the field, and the Monarchs RB coach was on the Ouse Valley sideline.
So let me.
And then, and nobody was ejected.
Well, you're not going to eject a player. The issue is, right, you have your own coaches reffing the games. They're not one.
So then, another message.
Classed, but who gets classed as the head coach, as the head ref? Out of those 3, who gets classed as the head ref? The one that's on the field?
You've got 2 head coaches.
On the sidelines?
Yeah, you've got 2 head coaches in the DC. Oh no, you've got 1 head coach, a running back in the DC.
Running back coach and a DC coach.
Yeah. But
so
another message. Yeah. Another message says, to top it off, after the players have been separated and taken to their sidelines, then the Ouse head coach was yelling at his players, telling them to calm down. The Monarchs DC then came up behind him and started yelling at the Ouse players too. So to recap, Monarchs players started it. Monarchs players left the sideline. Monarchs player hits the ref. Ouse Valley grabbed their team, move away from the sideline. Monarchs ref/coach then follows Ouse teams and keeps screaming at them.
Yeah.
After about 10 minutes, why is it like...
It shouldn't have happened. You're playing a physical sport. You get tackled. Unless the person decided, oh, I'm gonna tackle you, and then naughty little trick. I've done it before, but I'm not playing anymore, so I don't care. You can pinch. You can just consistently pinch someone after you tackle.
Oh, are you like one of the?
It's happened to me. No, it's happened to me. It's happened to me on my arm. I was going past the lineman, and all I felt was the nastiest pinch, and it came up. It ripped my skin.
Bro, the amount of times playing tight end, getting tackled and feeling pinches in the tackle, like
it's like sometimes you get punched. Sometimes you get punched in the ribs. As a defensive player, I get punched in the ribs. I get this and that, and sometimes it's after plays. But at the same time, it's a physical sport. I'm not going to instantly react to it. I'll just hit you when the whistle gets blown for the next drive, for the next play. So it's kind of a bit crazy that happened. The ref was down on the ground, but medics.
I'd love to see the recording of this, because obviously you assume both teams were doing film.
Yes.
So they were like, I'd love to see the film on this, but this just further increases my my position that I think that Cornwall should just be fucking cut off and just kicked out to sea, like. And my sister was in Cornwall, so I'll lose my niece, my nephew, my sister, just the whole thing. Like, see you later. Like, we'll meet back in New Zealand. I don't know.
No, that's.
But it's just it's Cornwall has been such a joke of an organization, and it's so fitting that we talk about how much of a joke the Hornets are for folding. Like, Cornwall is just a fucking joke of an organization and team for pretty much as long as I've been involved in Britball.
That's
because they had harsh. No, it's not though, because they had to fucking. Well, you can get a boat, Gary, and because we're gonna push them out to sea. It's not a tad bit harsh, because obviously they had to rebrand from the Cornwall Sharks. Yes. So the Monarchs were rebranded from the Sharks because they had that massive fucking fiasco about how people bought all these jerseys for like a charity game and all paid up front, and they never got the fucking jerseys and never got their money back.
Oh, yeah. Wait, you can't. That's illegal. What?
Yeah, it's called theft. Yeah, it's called theft.
You can't do that.
And then there was also the massive fiasco around the gloves that happened. Like, there's just been so much bullshit that has happened with like football in Cornwall. It's like, it's time to say goodbye. See you later.
I will say one good thing about it. Ouse Valley came out on top 34-16.
Well, so we did pick Ouse.
We did pick Eagles. Yeah. we weren't stupid enough to pick the Monarchs.
Yeah, no way. So obviously,
So yeah, like, again, they're always going to be there because they bring money in. So it's there, isn't it? Well, they got to pay their registration fee. The players have to pay their registration fee. So there's always a little stuff that has to be done.
So Ryan says put them back in association and put a new team in their place. I'm assuming that's probably they're talking about the Vanguard.
Yeah.
All we seem to be hearing about the Vanguard at the moment is positive.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, it's good things coming out of and from the couple of people that I know of that are associated with the Vanguard, like they have said that the whole reason for the Vanguard was they were done with Cornwall's bullshit. Like there's so much ego, there's so much ego and everything else.
Yes.
Down in the southeast, it's just like bring back the Jurassic Coast. We tried and they folded. Yeah. They just gave up.
The thing is, like, now this is when you usually see new teams get built, well, new teams come about, is due to them having beef with another club. And sometimes it goes very, very bad. Yeah. Or they hate another head coach, and then the new team that they create becomes very, very bad. This one seems like it's done in the right way.
Well, so Nathan mentioned that he was an official at the Associate Vanguard game, and he said that they're a very well-run, very organised team. So, and that was some of the stuff that we've heard back from people who played in that association game, that it's all good news coming out of Plymouth. So let's just kick Cornwall off into the sea. We'll say goodbye. Like, you've had a bad run. I'm not even going to say you've had a good run. Like, there's no Viking funeral for the Cornwall Monarchs. Like, this is literally just like, end of old Yeller. The dog's got rabies. We're going to fucking put it down. And then the family's just going to move on.
Well, yeah, I could agree with that. But hey, at the end of the day, let's see what happens. See if anything happens.
I mean, at this point in time, like, if you could get relegated from Div 2 in terms of, like, just because you lose all of your games, like just purely because you just get the shit kicked out of you. If you could get relegated, then Cornwall would be getting relegated because they're not going to win a game.
To be fair, they should get relegated and sent back to associate. Yeah, and then the associate team. So the associate team should have to play the team that gets relegated, and then they switch places.
Oh, looks like I'm getting my way. Can I have a sailing catamaran? Mate, if I had the money for a fucking catamaran, I would not be sitting here doing the rundown with Micah. I'd be on said catamaran. I would. Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Should we take a look at I was gonna say, should we so do you want to include the Caesars game in the Div 1 rundown, or do you want to have it separately because it was a Saturday game?
It was a Saturday game. Do you want to do it now? Shall we go straight into it, or do we just?
We'll touch on it in Div 1. We'll keep it in Div 1. Keep it in the Div. Yeah.
All right. So the next game in Division 2 that we had was from the South Division West 2, Sussex Thunder 17.
And here we go. Ryan's picked up. 7. Yeah, Ryan's parked up at the perfect time, because the Thunder 17-7 over the Renegades.
Who picked what?
We both picked the Renegades. Thunder. We both picked the Renegades. We were both wrong.
I apologize, Thunder. You showed us up.
Mate, you should apologize to Ryan. He's right here.
Nah, I'm good.
Because in the preseason, you were quite, I wouldn't say high on the Thunder, but
I was, but I didn't.
You thought they were going to do some things.
I did. I didn't back it up. I didn't stick with them when I thought that they would come up. So, it was a bit of a insane one for me, I would say. But they proved me wrong. I just said it again.
So Ollie's going to be voted De Ruyter for Sussex MVP. So I played with Ollie when he was at Rushmore / Farnham.
Okay.
And he bounces around a lot of teams on the South Coast. So
no one's happy with everything calls from the referees.
No one's ever happy with ref unless you win because of the refs, but you're very rarely ever happy with. Unless
there's someone that is not associated with either teams, was watching the game, and they can actually say that the calls were not, good, then unfortunately it's just he say, she say, they say, whatever say. That's it. So
I would like to question this comment right here. So Thunder is a progressive team. Don't think they'll be going to the playoffs, but they will be a good team. Can you be a good team if you're not going to the playoffs?
That doesn't make sense. You can, but then everyone else in your division has to be that much better than you
which I don't think
to keep you away from the playoffs.
Which I don't think is the case, to be honest. I don't think that is an overly tough division.
No. So then they're most likely gonna be making playoffs. Will they get promoted? Is the real.
Well, that's the thing. If Ryan's saying he doesn't think they'll make the playoffs, their division is Berkshire, Swindon, and Cornwall.
That's really bad. Then
that's a terrible division. If you're not making playoffs in that division, you are terrible.
Oh, and if I'm correct, I picked the Thunder to win that division, didn't I?
I think I picked Swindon, and you picked. Yeah. So Daniel's just said we're going to the playoffs. Watch this space. I think I picked the Renegades to make the playoffs out of this division. Yeah, I think you're going to the playoffs too, Daniel, because the rest of your division is pants. Maybe not Berkshire. Maybe it was a close game, but you guys beat them. So, but Swindon and Cornwall, no.
Yeah, I'm not. I wouldn't be that surprised. Oh, now segue into Division 2 North. Yes, we were split on this game. We were actually split, and unfortunately, I came out the loser.
You picked the Steelers.
Sandwell Steelers 23, Staffordshire Surge 27. This sounds like it was a hell of a game.
How does qualifying for the playoffs in Div 2 work? You have to win your division. There's only for SFC 2, like Div 2 SFC is there's 2 divisions of 4 teams. You win your division, you make the playoffs.
Yeah, pretty easy.
It might even be top 2. Which is a bit of a fucking. I think it is top 2, which is a bit of a fucking joke because there's only 4 teams in the division. But I think it is top 2. Ryan, there was an interconference game that was
Booze Valley versus Cornwall.
We've had a few of them. This is like the second or third one that we've had because there's only 4 teams in the SFC 2 East and West each. So.
They should just make it one division, to be honest.
So I'm pretty sure it's top 2 teams from SFC 2, East and West, and then obviously North and East and West as well will make playoffs. So that would mean at this moment in time, we're looking at Colchester and Ouse Valley, and then Berkshire and Sussex.
Yes.
So they included Wildcard weekend on the schedule release, so it's definitely going to be top 2 minimum. There we go. So there we go. At the moment, it's Colchester and Ouse from the east, and then Sussex and Berkshire from the west. So, Sussex is definitely making playoffs if the top 2 from their division make playoffs.
That's funny. But back to the Division 2 North West. Sandwell Steelers versus Staffordshire Surge. As I saw a message that it was you had to be there.
Emotional roller coaster. Surge fought hard for the W. That's the Surge's first game this season as well. So big ups to the Surge.
Yeah, and Sandwell Steelers. Look, yes, maybe I went with the team that won the previous week. Didn't know what Surge had. You backed the Surge. You were confident. I just assumed that. I've heard good things about Steelers, and they have played well in their last couple. Well, they played decent in their last couple of games, so I expected them to be at home. Knowing the
Mate, that's the thing. 27-23 is
a good game.
That's the thing. It's not a blowout. It's not like you haven't walked your opposition. That is a very hard fought game. So. Yeah, I definitely think if you're looking at the reverse fixture, you can easily be looking at that and going, right, we lost this one by 4. We can take the reverse fixture.
Exactly.
So Sam's just mentioned that Sandwell are no joke. They played them in the preseason and they were a solid outfit. And I think they've proved that there because they beat Lancashire. This is their 3rd game that they've played now. So they beat Lancashire, they beat Lee, and they lost to Staffordshire.
Which, and both teams look like they will be the 2 that will probably get pushed for playoffs anyway.
Yeah.
At the moment, obviously, it's still early in the season. It's only week 4, going into week 5. But it's looking good for both of these teams at the moment.
Well, there's only 4 teams in that. There's only 4 teams in that division anyway. So
and 2 only go up.
Top two make playoffs. So you've just got to stay above Lee and stay above Lancashire. Should we drive across the coast?
We shall drive across the coast, but we're going to go with, the first tie of the season. Wakefield District Raiders 28, Pray for Donny Mustangs 28.
Hashtag pray for Donny. I don't know how I feel about. I don't know how I feel about this, to be honest, bro. Because like,
for me, it looks like this was again a game that had people biting their nails to the last second of the game. Now, was it a potential field goal that was missed? Like, what if someone that was there? I want to know what exactly happened.
Jade was here before. Jade was chirping about Donny, about how Donny. She said Donny's going to the playoffs. Now Donny has a more difficult path because there's 5 teams in that fucking division. So and they've been smacked by 2 of them already.
I don't think they'll make playoffs unless they go on a undefeated win streak right now from this moment in period and just keep beating everybody. Probably won't happen.
Hello, Tibbs.
It's okay to believe.
It's mate. That's a big.
How do you feel?
I think Donny should probably class that as a win, to be honest, because like it's not an actual win, but yes. I'm gonna have a quick look.
Oh, okay. Wakefield missed a walk-off field goal.
Well, to be honest, I went and saw Wakefield last week. That does not surprise me in the slightest.
So it's crazy.
Right. So I'm just having a quick look. Donny won 1 game last season. I think they beat the DC Presidents, who no longer exist. They beat the DC Presidents 20-2, and the DC Presidents no longer exist. And then let's see if
they done anything special since then. Other than that,
I'm going to go back another. I don't even know if Donny existed before then. But yeah, it's I'm classing this as a win for Doncaster. It's. I mean, 28-0. 28-all. Like, yes, Wakefield missed a walk-off field goal. So, like, if I'm Wakefield, I'm pissed. Like,
I would be because
Wakefield had the measure of them last season. They slapped them last season. No, I don't want to see Donny versus Cornwall. I don't want to see Donny versus Cornwall.
So what has changed is the question. Like,
Wakefield's gotten worse.
Oh,
from the performances that they were putting together last year to what I saw on the field last week against Gateshead, they have gotten worse. I don't know whether it's been a departure of players. I don't know whether retirements, people changing teams, whatever. But Wakefield are not the team that they were last year.
Fair enough.
But we both take the L because we picked the Raiders to win and they missed a walk-off. Like, maybe if we didn't know that they missed a walk-off field goal, I wouldn't have given us red. I would have been like, this is a push.
But that statement, that knowing that information just makes it really, really bad.
Yeah, no. Unfortunately, you missed so we take the L because they couldn't take the W.
Yes.
Speaking of taking L's, you picked the Bombers.
Another L, yes. I took another L. And this was, again, another close game. Lincolnshire Bombers.
A lot closer than the first. Lot closer than the first time they played.
Yeah, Lincolnshire Bombers 24, Darlington Steam 28. Not sure what's going up there in the Division 2 East, but both games were quite outstanding. Apparently,
that's a bit of a wake-up call for Darlington as well, because the thing is they had romped Lincolnshire, so Donny gave up 2 pick sixes as well. Fucking hell!
Look, hold up,
bro. Hang
I don't know anything about Division 2. I don't know anything about.
We need to address this.
We don't need to address this in any way, shape, or form. Division 2 isn't the easiest thing to go because I don't.
Come get your meds,
man. Look, yeah. I haven't missed with the Premiership Prem games, innit? So leave me alone, innit? Simple as what? Say something. You know what I mean? Even Division 1 I haven't really missed as much. So say something. Yeah. That's not how it rolls. That's not how we're doing it today. We're going off of surprise victories.
Wait, cool? Sorry, where did Road Micah come from? Jesus. So Bombers are up 12 at the beginning of the fourth, and they okay. So that's.
Oh God!
Sorry, hang on, 2 seconds. I'm gonna have to.
Yep. So Donny also scored on a QB run from 80 yards out. What on God's earth was going on? What Lincoln Bombers? What?
No, that's two different games.
Is it?
So Donny scoring on a QB run from 80 yards out is in the Wakefield game. The Bombers being up 12 at the beginning of the fourth is a huge comeback from Darlington, but at the same time, that means you only put up 16 in the first three after you put 30 on them in the first. Because this is the second time they've played this season, and they won't play each other again until possibly playoffs or some shit like that. So you put 30 on them the first time round and held them to 7, and then you only put 16 on them in the first three quarters, and then come back 12 points, win by 4. Scott's just said, real good game on this one. Had a shot at the end zone on the last play to win it. Great outfit, though. All the best to this team. Scary games coming up against Donny, which we already lost. Thanks, Jade.
Oh, thank you.
I think you'll be fine against Donny, mate. I'm not going to lie.
Unless they shook us and they beat them. And then I think you probably would have to do a public apology.
Mate, 100%. Because that would mean that the 3 years of prayers for #pray for Donny would have finally, the big man will have listened. He'd be like, you know what? It's time.
Yeah, it would have worked. So
I'm excited for Darlington Gateshead.
Oh.
Because they are what looks to be the two best teams in this division. So obviously, Darlington's now 2-0 versus Lincolnshire. Gateshead absolutely kicked the shit out of Donny at the very start of the season, then put up what I reckon was a mud bowl game victory last week when I was there against Wakefield. They only beat them by 18. They had one wiped off. The guy, I didn't think the guy was out, but they called him out. So I thought it should have been about 24, and then that's in reduced weather.
That makes sense.
That is not going to happen.
Yeah, that's a bit.
That is
but
definitely.
You will have your wish because they are playing next week.
Is it in Darlington? Where is it? Is it in Darlington or is it?
I believe it is in Darlington.
No, it's at Gateshead. Fuck, I'm working this week.
It's in Darlington.
It's not. It's in Gateshead. I'm looking at the schedule.
Oh, I'm looking at the 19th of May. Apologies.
Yeah, so that's. Oh my god, they play each other back to back the next 2 weeks.
Wait. That's interesting.
That's depressing because I'm working both weekends.
Well, Darlington's in 2 weeks. Next week is
it's in Gateshead.
Doncaster. No, Gateshead versus Doncaster next week. It's this week.
It is. Yeah, sorry. Yes. I'm seeing D. I'm seeing Doncaster and Darlington. yeah, shit. I thought they were playing the back to back.
Missing your teams up. But no, it's one of those tough ones. But hey, it is what it is, and good on Steam. Good on the Steam on getting that win.
I'll tell you what, when the Steam come up to Gateshead, I'll go to that game. I'll let you know what they are.
Yes. Oh gosh. All right.
Odd for head of associate teams deciding who joins the league and who replaces. You're right. I apologize, Jordan. We play Gateshead at home in 2 weeks, and then the reverse fixture is the last game of the season. Yeah, you're right. I apologize. It is. I read Doncaster in my brain, just wiped that word out and put Darlington in instead.
Oh gosh! So we will move on to Division 1. We're going to kick it off with the South, and I'm going to be honest. I'm not that shocked about this result. Southwell Warriors 16, Bournemouth 0. The game was live streamed.
Did you watch the stream?
No.
Mate, I watched about like half an hour, 45 minutes of it.
I skimmed through it. When I just got home. I was like, okay, let me just slide through. Once I saw the message that it could be a 3-0, I was like, ew, no.
Man, it was boring as hell. It was the most godforsaken. That was the thing. When Tim said we could be staring down another 3-0, I was like, is it really that bad? And then I was like, oh wow.
You watched it.
Yeah,
it wasn't. Was not great at all.
Nah, just and the thing is, it's like, what is happening
at Bournemouth?
In Bournemouth,
unless all the players had left and gone somewhere else. They're the only options that I can think of, because again, they were a playoff team last year.
Mate, they were vying for promotion. Like,
yeah,
they were an outside shop, but they were vying for promotion.
Yeah. So from being a team that had sort of everything ready to go to push themselves up, they've completely gone backwards.
Yeah, it's not good. This bumps the South Wales to 2-1 on the season as well. So
it does. We, if I'm not correct, did we not predict them? No. Oxford's in the division.
No, so Oxford's not in the division.
Not. Oh, we put them for relegation.
Yeah, we did. We had them for relegation. Oxford is not in the division.
Bournemouth, don't be the one to get relegated, because that's just going to make us look bad.
It could be them. It could be Hereford. Hereford's conceded 75 points in 2 games, so it could easily be Hereford.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah, but Stu's right. So Sam Chance no longer playing has made a massive difference. Yes, it has, because Sam Chance is elite. But yeah, it's not going well for them.
Wales beating teams instead of, no. Look, that was horrible when I saw that. That player should not be playing in this league.
Is he still playing?
If he is still playing, then I'll be very, very shocked that South Wales has kept him on.
I'm pretty sure.
I do remember when they were in the playoff game. Well, when they were in the finals, he was on the sideline when that year when that news came out.
They had some big controversy when they played the Blitz as well, didn't they?
Yes, he was the player that kept QB after the play was done.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, a lot of people that I know that wanted to hit him and sort of punish him as well, because
break his legs. Yeah, I don't advocate for violence in games. But Teb's got some love from South Wales. Teb's got a welcome basket at the game. So shout out to Tebs for going all the way across and getting fucking rained on, and then being there in the mud. But we both picked South Wales to win this game.
So we weren't disappointed.
We were right.
Obviously, we've already talked about the Division 1 Central game. That was a walkover due to the Hornets forfeiting 5 hours before the game kicked off. So that puts Rushmore up to what, 3-0?
3-0, yeah.
Yeah, so that puts Rushmore up to 3-0. And we are going to move to the division where, well, the game that we both expected a victory for this one team, but I didn't. I'm surprised by the scoreline.
No, I'm not.
Norwich
is bad.
No, but I expected it to be more.
Right. Okay.
So we have Kent Exiles 30, Norwich Devils 0. So this game, Norwich Devil, again, we're gonna be honest. Norwich Devils lost all their players to Cambridge. Let's say it how it is.
All their good players, not all of their players, just all the good ones.
Just the good ones. Kent Exiles somehow didn't get running clock, which I expected the game against Norwich to be running clock easily, but wait a minute.
Devils had a TD chalked off. Their wide receiver ran 40+ yards, slid down ever so slightly, about 3 yards from the end zone, as the closest Exiles player was 15 yards back, and the ref said he was taunting.
No. This taunting rule, I'm sorry, yeah, but this taunting rule needs to be checked, because if there's no player around you for 15 yards, you got to be allowed to celebrate a tiny bit.
Like I think taunting should work. Have you seen the Key and Peele skit, like the Hingle McCringleberry?
Yes.
It should be something along the lines of that. You get a celebration, no three thrusts.
Yes, it was it was like I said last week when I went to the Wembley Stallions Hornets game. where the Wembley Stallions player, well, number 90 for Wembley Stallions, decided to jump in front of the Hornets player's face, celebrating with his hands held high. Now, that is blatant taunting.
That's direct taunting, yeah.
Now, he's celebrating his touchdown. Come on.
Yeah,
the boys.
That's the thing. There's a difference between celebration and taunting.
Yeah, if no one's around you and you're going into the end zone, allow the players to celebrate their achievement. Yes, they're gonna get, because if they go into the end zone and they celebrate, they potentially will still get flagged.
Yeah. You may still get flagged for excessive celebration.
So what? They have to wait until they get to the sideline to celebrate. In the heat of the moment, they were probably losing already anyway. Let them enjoy the game.
Yeah,
let 100%. Them enjoy what they're doing, because we're all paying to play this game, regardless if what else happens in the game. You are paying to play.
It's just a joke. It's an absolute joke. It feels like somebody impressing their ego onto the game and being like, no, you're not like having fun while I'm here. It just not on board with it.
Now the thing is, the penalty won't be enforced on the score.
Not for taunting,
because he hadn't entered the end zone. If he had entered the end zone and then started to celebrate and then they threw it, it would be done on the PAT or the kickoff.
Yeah, you can still get taunting calls enforced on the PAT or the kickoff, but they have to have scored and then be taunting.
So he didn't make it in.
It wipes if you're not in the end zone, you start taunting before the end zone, it wipes the score off the board. And it's just like, if he's just slowing down, like, I got no issue with it. If he's fucking like turned around and backpedaling and pointing at the guy as he runs back into that's taunting. That's being a dick.
Yeah, but like a little bit of a celebration's okay. If you're celebrating with yourself, if you're celebrating with the deity that you worship, like, fucking crack on. But yeah, I feel the taunting rule, it's a bit. It's too strict. I'm going to be honest.
It's just a joke.
That's too strict, because if the players will never score a touchdown again for the rest of the season, because I don't think they've scored a point in their last 3 games.
I think that would have been the Norwich's first score. Yeah. So that's the thing, that guy might not get another touchdown for the rest of his
exactly.
The rest of his football career.
And they are currently 0-3, and their defense has let in 138 points. In 3 games.
It's not good.
Yeah, I feel for that player, but
we did get told early doors, like week 1 or week 2, that they are predominantly like first year and second year players that Norwich is rolling out. So it's a lot of rookies, a lot of guys learning the game.
So it's tough. Actually, it's really tough. So yeah.
And someone mentioned it's like, oh, should they go the way of the Hornets? And like, no, the Norwich are fulfilling their fixtures. They're getting out there, they're playing the game, they're fulfilling their fixtures. I have no issue with Norwich going out there like, yeah, you get smacked. Okay, cool. Hopefully you learn from it. Hopefully you guys and the players learn from it and stuff. But if you're just fucking pulling the plug, especially on game day,
and the thing is, they're in a difficult division as it is already. They have East Kent, they have Exiles, they have Blitzbeat, and they have Olympians.
Yeah,
that is very, very. Okay, thank you, Jacob.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Jacob. Guy was a cunt. Moving
100%. on. But yeah, I feel that unfortunate for Norwich. They probably will be going back down. It's going to be a long season, but just stick it out, and then see what happens. Your players will benefit from the development that they will be learning from. So yeah. Right. We're going up to the north. We're going up to Division 1 Midlands. But first, let's talk about the Saturday game, which was Nottingham Caesars versus Leicester Panthers. Now, let's be honest here. The Nottingham Caesars are running away with this division.
Oh yeah,
yes, yeah. They have athlete upon athlete. They have superstar upon superstar in this squad.
The thing is, right? I wouldn't say they struggled against Birmingham, but Birmingham put up a fight.
Yes, but Birmingham are also 0-3 now. But that was game 1.
I will be keen to see how they do against North Ants. But
yes,
don't get me wrong. I will assume that the Caesars will win that. But I think that'll be a big sort of measuring stick there for the season. Yeah. Nottingham is probably just looking at their division, going, right, this is going to keep us warm. It's going to keep us fresh until we have to play either, until we have to play Scunthorpe or yeah.
So it's Caesars are probably one of the,
or Inverclyde.
I'd say they are one of the.
Mate, Inverclyde's kicking the shit out of everybody else in Scotland, so I've learnt my lesson from talking down on them. They proved me wrong.
But no, I think it's going to come down to what Caesars show up, because against Vikings last year in that playoff game, it wasn't great. I had the Caesars coming up that last year.
Yeah, but my counterpoint to that, Newcastle are now arguably the third best team in the country.
Yes, but they also fumbled the ball in the finals last year against the Cheetahs. Massively.
I know, but I'm just saying there is a world where Nottingham struggles against Newcastle because Newcastle are the third best team in the country.
Better. Yes. But it was a beating that Leicester took on Saturday. If you watch the live stream, beautiful live stream, by the way. The camera angles always give you the best look. You don't get that up front look, but
Mark says you can only beat what's in front of you. Some teams don't even manage that.
Some teams don't even make the trip. So
yeah, exactly.
But no, it was an expected victory for the Caesars, to be honest.
It's a rough scene for Leicester, who've now given up 92 points in 2 games.
Oof. Yeah.
They obviously gave up 47 to Nottingham, and then they gave up 45 to Shropshire.
Yep, and Shropshire are looking dangerous as well.
Well, that was going to be my next thing. So obviously Shropshire they've got a loss, so they beat Birmingham.
Yes,
but they've got the one loss on their docket to the Knights,
and it was a 14-0
very close game.
Loss.
Very close game.
So I think this division is going to be coming down to those 3 teams: Northants, Caesars, and Revolution. Northants, I know that most of Tamworth players have left. Jesus. Wait, what?
Yeah, Leicester didn't even get a first down outside of penalties.
It happens.
Hello, mate.
Oh gosh, who is that? Luigi.
It is Luigi. He's
of course
crying,
it is.
He's crying for attention. Say hi to everybody, buddy. Say hi to everybody.
Oh man.
It's because he's got a bed on my desk and I've flooded it with crap. So he's upset that he can't sit on his bed. Okay,
that makes sense. But yeah, this division comes down to those 3 teams. It will be all about who gets the head-to-head. And you're right. It will be. Let's see what happens with Caesars versus Knights in that first game.
I think Birmingham. I think Birmingham can also play spoiler. Sorry, I'm just making some space.
But they also have thrown, if I'm not correct, in the last 2 games, they threw 12 picks.
Oh yeah, because they threw 6 picks in their first game and 6 picks in their second. Yeah.
Yeah. So that doesn't give a lot of confidence.
I fucking forgot about that.
It doesn't give a lot of confidence on how to push forward unless the QB starts making better throws, better reads. Yeah. I can't really put them down as a potential team to spoil, but luckily for them, they do have Leicester Panther in the division.
Yeah, and should we move across and say shout out to the North Ants, because they got their victory against Birmingham. So we're talking about Birmingham possibly playing spoiler. North Ants beats Birmingham 21-0.
And it's a very
I wonder how many picks they threw this game.
That's true. Any North Ant players in here that want to give us a bit of an update? go ahead. So that'll be fun. But we both took Northants to win this game.
We did.
Back
Northants haven't conceded a point this season. Like, granted, they've played 2 games, one against Shropshire, one against Birmingham. Yes, they haven't conceded a point this season.
No. And that is really good. From what I have been told.
They threw 4 picks. They threw 4 picks.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
He's improving. He's improving. Well, I think he's now thrown 16 picks in 3 games.
So. 16 picks in 3 games. But the issue is, if your line ain't even there to run the ball, then it's pretty.
Yeah, I know, but I agree with Martin. If I was the the running back, I'd still want the ball. I'd be like, you know what?
Yeah.
So what? I'm going to lose 3 yards. You're going to lose the ball. You're going to give it to the opposition. Give me the ball.
That's wild. That is very, very wild.
That's crazy.
But from what I also know is that Northants have got a lot of good players. Their coaching staff seems to be on the right track. They've got they're doing everything right. I'd have to say it seems like they're doing everything in the right way.
I think they will be a team that will be realistically challenging for the Premiership in about
2 years.
2 years. Maybe not this year, but next year I think it could be really on their radar.
Reduce the punt on
first down, aim for safety. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But
16 picks in 3 games is fucking wild.
It's a lot. Normally, if that happens, that QB will not be starting.
Yeah, how do you throw 6 in the first game and still get the chance to throw 6 in the second? And then how do you throw 12 through your first 2? And the coach goes, you know what? It might be different this time. It might be different this game.
Well, it was different. It was different because it's down to 4. So it's dropped by 2. We're on our way there. We are on our way to Prem Talk soon.
We got one more division to cover, and then we'll be into the Prem.
So we'll get to that in a second.
This one's going to be short.
Yes, it will be short. But yeah, Northants, I believe that they have a lot of Premiership type players as well that have left from Tamworth to Northants as well. So they're going in the right way, and it looks like everyone's enjoying their football. So,
bro, the O-line, real talk, the O-line could have more tackles than the linebackers.
Oh. That's actually a good point.
Imagine if you're keeping stats and you see that like your team's 3rd best tackle maker is like your guard or something, like your right guard.
That's horrible. I've been in that situation before. No, that's horrible. That is horrible. God. Right.
Let's NFC 1 Scottish.
Glasgow Tigers 21. Clyde Valley Blackhawks, who we both backed, 17.
Well, no, you and the cat.
I backed.
You and the cat. You and the cat treat jar. No. You and the cat treat jar both backed the Blackhawks. I have abstained from making educated picks in the NFC 1 Scottish.
My picks aren't educated
because I don't have the education to pick because I got no clue. I got no idea what's going on north of the wall. So I just put a little piece of paper into that thing, shake it up, and then pull the name out of the hat.
Oh, Nathan, that's over under 50 interceptions for a season.
Oh, under. He'll get benched. Under. He'll get benched.
Yeah,
he'll get benched.
Probably. That'll be wild if that.
He will not get the opportunity to throw 50 picks. He'll get benched.
No, he wouldn't.
Take the under.
under. But yeah, Glasgow Tigers beat Blackhawks. This is probably more of your terrain, but I don't know anything much about Scottish.
Mate, to be honest, if I had been, if it wasn't for the cat, like if I was actually going to go based off of last season's results and stuff, I would have picked Glasgow to win this. I wouldn't have picked it to be this close, but it looks like both Clyde Valley and Inverclyde have just overturned their teams massively. Glasgow put up a fucking shocker against Inverclyde last week. And then obviously something's happened to the Stags. They've just gone down the fucking toilet. So yes, if it had been down to actually having to make picks, I probably would have picked Glasgow to win this one, but I would have picked them to win it by more. So I'm glad that I'm leaving it. I got the pick wrong, But I'm glad I'm leaving it up to chance because I got no fucking idea what's going on in this division.
Yes, I get that. So now we're going up to the Premiership because again that was So ex-Prem players playing. I'm not too sure what to do with that information. They should be good, but they're not playing. Did they not play or?
I'm assuming they're rolling out ex-Prem players, but like that's good. I don't know if that's as big of a drama point as it might seem because you're in Div 1, so you're trying to get to the Prem. So
so you should have Premiership caliber players.
If you're pushing for promotion, then you should have some Prem level players. So having ex-Prem players isn't that big of a deal.
No,
as it might be in like Div 2 sort of thing. But
so yeah,
we got a burger. We got a burger and a donut.
Yeah, we've had a lot. To be fair, we've had quite a few donuts this
week. Someone was saying that it was like an away game donut, like all round.
We had. Yeah. So, Premiership South, it is week 4, and the London Warriors have played their first game.
Right.
They played.
No, Stuart was saying it's not drama, just a point about overturning the roster. Yeah, that makes sense now because I did say I was like, it seems like they've overturned the roster. That makes sense. The players look like they've come from Edinburgh, James has said, which would also indicate as to why we had a very close game in the Prem.
Yes, but we'll start off with the South. Let's make it a bit easier. So week 4, and the London Warriors have played their first game, beating the Hertfordshire Cheaters 60-0.
Wow. 36-0 at halftime, we were told.
Yes, it was 36-0 at halftime. I was watching that over Instagram, and it doesn't really.
Does it tell you?
I wasn't that surprised. I'll be honest, with all the players that that Warriors have acquired this year, they're dangerous. They're a very dangerous outfit, more so now than they were previously as well. So they've got star-studded players on the O-line. They have star-studded players at QB. They have 2 fantastic QBs. Receiver-wise, they've got the players there and defensively, they have players that are playing at the highest level in the country.
It's just I kind of look at this and I'm like outside of Bristol, I'm not really paying attention to the scores for the other teams against the Warriors. If you're getting sort of within 40, then I'm like, oh, look at you.
Yeah.
So to me, 60-0, I'm not writing off Hertfordshire because of that, and I'm not, and I'm not lauding up the Warriors because of that either. I'm like, you know what? That's just
it's expected.
Kind of what you'd be. Yeah, it's kind of like what you. Obviously, Hertfordshire's going to be disappointed by that because their first season in the Prem, they're going to be wanting to perform not only against the lower level Prem teams but also the big dogs. So they would have been
in one photo, Warriors O-line number 61. I can confirm that is Martin O'Connor. Looked about 6'10". 6'10". He's not 6'10". He's shorter than me, so he's not 6'10". But I guess when it comes down to it, the size of the players as well doesn't really, it was an expected victory.
Yeah, and it's kind of an expected scoreline.
Yes.
I would be expecting them to do the same thing to Solent, to do the same thing to Cambridgeshire,
same thing to Blitz,
absolutely the same thing to Blitz.
Same thing to who else is in that division?
That's it. It's because after that's Bristol. Because I wouldn't expect them to 60-0 Bristol. So
so it's one of those ones where whatever happens after. Oh Lord, but
bro, you said he was shorter than you. You are not 6'4".
He is shorter than me.
You are not 6'4".
He's not 6'4". But again, from what I will say instantly is that I'm more intrigued to see what they will do this week against Bristol, because they have a lot of players that have played. It's the hair. They have a lot of players that play for GB. They have a lot of players that have played for GB. So it's to see how things will go against Bristol with the combination of what Bristol have. So
I think this is a fair point. This is a fair point. I don't expect them to put 60 on Cambridgeshire. I should reiterate that is not what
we're saying, but
no, that's I can understand if someone would infer that from what I was saying before, where I was like, I expect them to do it to Cambridgeshire. It's have you just seen that from producer James? Yeah. Lovely. We've just had a message from behind the scenes to let us know that we must be doing well, because two people have already complained about us. Whoever you are, I hope you're still watching. Get fucked.
But no, it's not what Oz was saying. Oz is not saying that he expects 60 points on Cambridge.
Not on Cambridgeshire. Not on Cambridgeshire. No, I do expect 60 on Solent. That's the thing. And that's why I want to reiterate my point, because I definitely expect 60 on Solent. I expect 60 on the Blitz. I don't expect 60 on Cambridge, because I think they got fucking drubbed last season, 79-15 by London. They are not the same team that they were last year. They are a much better outfit than they were last year, and I don't expect it to be a close game, but I expect Cambridge to give a good outing
be able to
of themselves.
Fight.
Yeah, definitely.
They'll be able to fight and actually do something more than what they usually would have done in the past.
Absolutely. If I looked at the scoreline and I saw 60-0 in the Warriors versus Cambridge, I would be massively surprised. Not only because the Warriors had scored 60, but also because Cambridge had scored none. Yes,
and I feel that, to be fair, there are some players in this game that have to get a big shout out. There's some players that are playing for the first time they're playing for Warriors. Kuzo.
Go.
Kuzo, number 13, got 3 picks and 1 forced fumble in his first game for the Warriors as well.
Doesn't he play for GB?
He plays for GB. Yes, he does.
So we're shouting out GB level players for being GB level players. Like, what are we doing?
It's what it is. There's nothing else there's no one else to really call out as much, because this is the team that the Warriors have formed now.
Shocking headline.
This is what's been formed now. You understand where I'm coming from with it. It's like, regardless of what you're gonna see when you go to these games, you're gonna see players that understand well, everyone should understand what they're doing, but these that are playing at a certain high level that you're expecting some sort of excitement, regardless of what side of the ball you're watching, in a massive way.
Breaking news. Amazing player. Played amazing.
Hey, look, here's the thing. Sometimes you have to shout out the players that are balling. And out of that star-studded team, he's the one that showed out. He showed out.
All right. I'm sorry. Thank you. It was the way that you worded it. I inferred that you were saying that, like, this man hasn't played football before. No. Like, I got a shout out for his first game, and okay. I was like, yo,
I'll do it better next time. I'll do it out of a star or out of a team of stars.
Right.
This star showed out.
He shone the brightest. Yeah. Okay, cool.
I'll say like that next time. Okay? Yeah. I'll make it a bit more clearer.
Oh no, we're definitely shouting out good players.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but it's more. I was just taking the piss, because the way that I inferred it to start with from Micah, it was more like he was. I thought he was going to tell me that, like, a rookie starting for the Warriors had gone and balled out. No, definitely shout out good players, 100%.
And again, we get to see the matchup that I think a lot of people are waiting for in the South this weekend anyway. So,
is it Bristol London this week? Is it Bristol London? Oh, very nice. It is
in London, so that should be a fun one to watch. Are
you going to be at the game?
100%.
Right, let's jump onto the Prem North, and then we can talk about power.
Wait, we've got another game.
Oh, was it 2 in the South?
Cambridgeshire Cats, 27, Solent,
I'm so sorry, Cats.
0.
I'm so sorry, Cats.
Yeah, Solent 0, Cambridgeshire Cats 27. I'm gonna be honest. I'm quite surprised by the scoreline.
I was gonna say the result does not shock me. The scoreline does.
Yeah, the scoreline does, because if I remember correctly, I was following it on Instagram, and it was 0-0 at the end of the first quarter. I was very shocked.
Damn.
Yeah, it was very interesting.
I'm a massive fan of the Cats. And I would have thought you should put more on Solent. I've kind of labelled Solent as the whipping boys of this division. Like,
yeah,
I don't think they'll win a game. I think they get demoted. And I think that for Cambridgeshire, they should be putting more than 27 points on them.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I would have assumed that would have happened, but yeah, it's a very low scoring game. I expected running clock at least. But yeah,
I think I was expecting maybe something similar to like a 35 or 40 point victory, as opposed to just like what 27 is what 4-score game.
Yes, it is.
Mate, I'll give credit, Russ. I will give credit for the donut.
But if I'm not correct, there was also a PAT missed as well, because it's 27, not 28.
That makes still a 4-score game.
Yeah, it's like, but you'd expect it. How many did they score in the previous games?
So Cats in their previous game, they put up 34 against the Blitz.
34 against the Blitz. They put 17 up against Aztecs.
Yeah.
And then obviously 27 now. So for the players that they have,
it was sort of the fact of they put 34 on the Blitz. The Thrashers, and it was a very close game. The Thrashers managed to score 12 against the Blitz. I was thinking, right, if you're putting 34 on the Blitz, you should be putting at least 34, 35 against Solent.
Yes. So it just means that will Solent be the first team to hit 200 points scored against, but before midway through the season, probly. But they've only conceded 65.
I was going to say no, because they've only.
They still have to. They do still have to play, Warriors and Aztecs, which it could become a very bad situation.
Well, yeah, I was going to say that we just saw the Warriors put 60 on the Cheetahs. The thing is, with the running clock, it's always going to be hard. Like, I remember
when there was no such thing as a running clock. I remember
a couple of years. It would have been probably about 2 or 3 years ago. I swear I saw a game. I saw a game pushing close to fucking 100, if I remember rightly.
Yes, Kent. It was Warriors versus Kent. It was 90.
It was like 92 or 96.
It was 90. Yeah, it was like 90. I think it was like 92 to like 3.
Yeah. So it's always going to be very, very hard to once you get like over 60. It's because that means that you're putting up mercy rule points, and that whole second half is going to be
very quick. And in that game, if I'm correct, it was 60 something. It was 60 something at halftime.
That's what I was going to say. You might, So Patty 106 over Portsmouth season before running clock.
Oh, that's nothing. Maysville Pumas was 110 at final score.
I remember before we even had face cages, just a pig's bladder strapped to my head. Yeah,
but
I remember when we didn't even pass the ball forward. What's this? 18 picks in 3 games for Birmingham.
But yeah, the scoreline was shocking, but it's a good set. They are looking to be the 3rd best team in this division.
That's the thing,
at
bro.
the moment so far.
Pushing for 3. Like it's going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, I look at London. I look at the Blitz. I look at the Thrashers, and I'm like, right, you've beaten both of those teams. So the Cats have beaten both of those teams. I would say they should beat the Cheetahs.
They should. It depends on what Cat. At the moment, it depends on what Cats show up, because it's a very I
don't even know if it does. The Cheetahs are good. The Cheetahs are a good team, but I just feel like Cambridge have reached another level this season where.
Yeah. Oh, that's such a bad pun.
I'm not even going to show it. Like, you can see it there. I'm not. You're going to. Damn it.
But they're probably the 3rd best team in this division. With probably Hertfordshire having a good first season in the division, potentially.
Hertfordshire will be. I think come the end of the season, Hertfordshire will be happy. They will have stayed up.
Yeah.
And they can look to build on.
So it's going to be, it's going to be interesting. But let's move up to the north.
Off to the north.
Because I'm not surprised by this result. I'm not surprised by the outcome of the result. The scoreline. The scoreline probably more so.
Did you see that we broke that Tamworth won this game at one point in time? Like, we put out a post saying that Tamworth had won this game, and I saw it and I was fucking shocked. And
wow.
I'm assuming we got an update from someone that was wrong. But we put out a post saying that like Tamworth had beaten them like 23 something, and I saw it and I was like, wow. And obviously they got pulled down, and the 14-12 went up and everything.
Edinburgh Wolves 14, Tamworth Phoenix 12. I'm not surprised by this victory. I'm not surprised by the outcome though.
I do think.
Oh, our producer James typed in the wrong numbers.
I wasn't gonna out him. I was gonna keep that we got a false report. I wasn't gonna throw him under the bus like that. We need him.
But no, I'm not surprised.
No,
I'm really not that surprised.
But that's a really close scoreline for a game that when it came to picking, both me and you were like Wolves. Like there was no, we weren't second guessing it or anything. Like that is a very, very close scoreline.
Yeah, it's. I'm interested to see who travelled to where, how many they travelled up with, because I don't know if they have.
I believe it was in Edinburgh.
Yeah, it was in Edinburgh. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how many Tamworth players actually travelled up. From what I'm hearing, again, a lot. Tamworth
no, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Obviously. Oh gosh. So it would have ended in a potential tie.
I remember. It was either last year or the year before. Steve and I got into it over special teams because I was arguing that special teams is 1/3 of the game.
Yes, it is.
And Steve, Steve's point was it's not 1/3 of game time. So you think about the amount of time played. Special teams does not take up 1/3 of the time played, so it's not 1/3 of the game. And I was trying to argue that it was just as important as offense and defense because it's 1/3 of the game.
Yeah.
And depending on how you want to argue the semantics of it, Steve can be right, I can be right, but I'm going to go back to that because special teams are fucking important.
And we've seen 3 games now.
3 games. 3 games have been swung because people can't fucking kick.
Oh, God, yeah, that is bad. Wow. So, and again, this is the exact same thing that happened last year. They lost to Edinburgh by 4 points 3 points the year previously. And now Tamworth have
got the UWE. I'm assuming that's the UWE Bullets.
Yes. Now the question is, which Bullets QB which one did they get? Because they did bring over an American to play for the Bullets B.
Apparently B. So apparently we got the B.
Yeah.
Is it how? Is the Bullets B? Is that the pellets?
God knows what they're called. I have no idea what they're called, to be honest.
Like the UWE's got like this isn't like their backup quarterback for like the Bullets. This is the top quarterback for the second team.
Second team,
yeah. The pellets. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, is that? Oh, fair enough.
Because they're not big bullets, which is like a shell, but they're like a mini bullet because they're not as good. So they're little pellets.
Yeah. Oh God.
UWE buckshot. Can we get Insta-Reel series with Oz saying I remember? Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Yeah, they're back to Bullets too. Yeah.
No, so. they're now the buckshot.
Oh, God,
they are the UWE, which is I'm pretty sure that's a fucking terrible like booze over here.
English QB can throw. No,
that's Buckfast. That's Buckfast. I'm getting them mixed up. The UWE blanks. It's ironic. It's ironic we're talking about Bullets and they're it's not Uniball and they're still catching strays.
Somehow.
Hey.
But we
Right. What does this talk? What is this? Let's jump into your power rankings, and I will.
Yes.
I'll bring up the lovely graphic that you've created for us.
Yes, please.
And we will talk about what this game does for your power rankings, and what it does for the Prem as a whole. The Prem as a whole. So share screen. Make sure we're not sharing my porno. Bro, it's a work laptop. I made that mistake. I made that mistake once before. Right. There we go. Welcome in. Power rankings.
So we're going to start from the bottom. Obviously, Tamworth are Solent are dropping down to 20. I just don't think you can't go 3-0 and still sitting there. Nighthawks are going to go up by 1. Oh, can't see that. There we go. Nighthawks are going up by 1 to 11, and then Tamworth will be sitting at 10. Now, Tamworth's position may change dramatically depending on what
can you explain to me why Solent drops below Merseyside?
They're 0-3. Merseyside hasn't played it again. It's going to be a mix. Merseyside will probably end up back down there. But
the reason I asked that is because we've literally just said that the scoreline that we saw in the Cambridgeshire game was not what we expected. We thought that they would perform worse against Cambridgeshire. So I understand. Yes. I understand that you're dropping them down because it's 0-3 versus 0-2. I get that.
Yes,
but is the ranking of the power rankings? Because if that's the case, you should have Bristol above Newcastle because Bristol's 1-0, Newcastle's 2-1. So is it win percentage only is what dictates it, or is it slightly subjective?
It's going with games played as well, alongside other factors that I just look into it because again, it would be fair to do 1-0 Bristol as third, but then they haven't played as many games as other teams, so it's just coming down up to it as I'm looking at it as games played as well. So it's not a straight clear and cut, unfortunately, because we have 22 weeks of this season instead of the usual what it should be.
Okay. Right. So you've got Solent at 12, Merseyside at 11. You've got Tamworth at 10.
10. So now looking again on actual Baffle website, Tamworth is at the bottom of the division. So for me, it all comes down. Tamworth may drop it depending on what happens with Merseyside this weekend when they play.
I think they're at the bottom because they've scored 12 points and Merseyside.
Yes, they've scored 12 points and Merseyside's scored 14.
What a joke! Tamworth's allowed 52 and Merseyside's allowed 96. But yeah,
because the league goes by points for is before
what a joke
against.
What a joke!
So that's where that goes. Blitz will be staying at 9, and so will Pirates will be staying at 8.
Right. Now, this is where it gets spicy with you having the Pirates at 8 because you've got the Wolves at 6.
Yes, I do have the Wolves at 6.
And the Pirates beat the Wolves.
Yes, but the Wolves are also 2-1.
They lost to the Pirates.
They did lose to the Pirates.
Just because the Wolves have played one more game, and I'm pretty sure one of those games is against Merseyside.
Okay. At the same time, but they have also scored more. Well, again, they have played one more game. They also
they lost to the Vikings. They didn't lose. The Wolves didn't lose to EKP. Wolves lost to Newcastle.
Yeah, so for me, I had to put them there. Okay. It makes sense.
Okay.
These Cheetahs do drop down 2 to 7, with obviously both the Wolves and the Cats earning good victories this weekend. Would you
consider moving the Cheetahs further because of the 60-0 loss?
Again, as we did say, it was an expected loss.
Yep, for sure.
We weren't out. If by some miracle they had scored 30 points or something, then it would have changed the reevaluation of how I would have looked at it.
Both Stuart and Kyle are right. I was completely wrong. Sorry, for some reason I thought Wolves had played EKP. I thought there'd been a massive shake-up in the Scottish Prem level. I was wrong. Newcastle beat Edinburgh. So I'm sorry. I stand corrected.
And the top four are staying the same.
Before we hit the four, what's your reasoning and logic for the Cats over the Wolves? Because they're both 2-1.
The Cats over the Wolves. So for me, I feel like the Cats have had a lot more closer games with the teams that are, well, they've had a closer game with the Aztecs that are above them, which was a really good game as a neutral watching it. And I feel like they will eventually be able to do something potentially, but not right now.
So they lost. So they lost by 18 points against the Aztecs. They lost 35-17.
Yes.
That is their loss. Edinburgh's loss has come to the Vikings, who you ranked above. You've ranked above the Vikings above the Aztecs, and Edinburgh lost by 9. They lost 23-14. So, using that logic, that would say that Edinburgh's loss is to a better team and a closer loss than what Cambridge's was.
They also just about beat a team that is absolutely struggling at the moment.
Right. So you're dinging them for their performance against Tamworth.
They also allowed 12 points by Tamworth, who at the moment it looks like they're going to be fighting to stay up in the Premiership.
Okay.
That's what it looks like right now.
Let's chill on that. Merseyside's there. Let's chill on that. Right. Okay,
yes, I know Merseyside's there, but
so it's not necessarily the quality of the loss. It's more the fact of the quality of the win. This most recent one against Tamworth is okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then obviously the top four are going to be staying in the exact same positions. Obviously, will potentially most likely change.
Right. So for anybody who didn't see last week, what is your justification for Newcastle over Bristol? Neither teams have played this week, so they both played. I think Bristol played last week, but Newcastle played last week against Manchester. So
Bristol didn't play last week either.
No. So currently Bristol undefeated. Newcastle did take a loss last week against Manchester. What is the justification, just for people who didn't see the show last week, for you having Newcastle above Bristol?
Justification was that they ran, obviously, the current champions very, very close. Watching the game back as well, there were certain things that did pop out to me as well. Keeping them at the third spot was good. And again, Bristol last year didn't give the Titans that much of a big string. And the fact that the Aztecs had such a close, I would say it was a really close game because I was at the game against the Cheetahs. I expected it to be a bit of a
blowout.
Yeah. So I expected it to be a bit more of a stronger game by the Aztecs, but obviously week
do you mean against the Cats? Sorry, not against the
Cheetahs. Against the Cats. Yeah, against the Cats.
Right. 35-17.
So that's the reason. But then the other reason why I didn't move the Vikings up to number 2, again, it was one of those ones where I can't deny the powerhouse that we all know Warriors to be, and it's one of those ones where I also did receive some information that the Titans didn't really travel very strong against that in that game as well.
Okay, so are you expecting a sort of a more Manchester leaning result then in the reverse fixture in Manchester?
I think it may be close, but I think Manchester will probably win it by potentially two scores. So it probably would go.
It is a prick of a journey from Newcastle to Manchester. I can tell you that myself.
That's what I've gone with that. And then obviously the 1 and 2, who I think most people will be expecting to be in the finals, will be the Titans versus Warriors.
Titans and Warriors. Okay. Right. Are we good? We've covered all the divisions. We've covered all the teams. Is it time for some predictions?
Yes, it is. And go back down to Division 1, shall we?
Well,
Division 2. I don't know. Oh, wow.
Hang on.
There we go.
I think that's better.
Right.
I don't know what I did. I broke something.
Who knows? So, shall we start from Division 2 and work our way up? Or do you want to go down?
Before we start on Div 2, we do need to we do need to just review where we're at with everything so far.
Okay.
So this week,
I feel like I'm behind quite a bit now.
So there was 14 games. There was 14 games this past week.
Yeah.
And I went 11-3.
Oh God, I went like 9-9.
Yeah, you went 9-5. You went 9-5.
Yeah,
it wasn't your best week, bro. 9-5. So that for the season now, that puts me at 47-16.
We should get a graphic and just have it above our heads.
Yeah, in the top. Yeah. Mate, I'll just start putting it in. Mate, Aaron, you missed the rant. Was at the very start of the show. We had rants about Cornwall and we had rants about London Hornets. I'm just going to start putting it in my name. I'll share it in the chat before we start, so it'll just be Oz 47-16. So sure. Don't you worry about that. And you are at 40-23. So that's
it's all these Div 2 games and Div 1 games that are
bro, that's like 66% ish.
This kid's Micah going to dump. Nope, I am not making that mistake ever again.
Thrasher's new coaching team seems to be struggling. Thrasher's old playing team seems to be struggling. Just the whole of Thrashers appears to be struggling. Just the whole region of
is not going good.
Solent. Not just the football, also the trade. I don't know.
Who knows? All right. So I am on a losing streak. Well, I'm losing.
You are. So
I'm losing bad.
There has not been. Actually, that's a lie. Last week, you were better than me. You went 12-2 last week. I went 11-3. But that is the only week so far that you've managed to.
Well, we are only in week 4, so we're going into week 5 now. So there's still time for upturn. There's still time for a change. There's still time. We got another 20 odd weeks
to make a change.
Right. So Division 2 West, we have Swindon Storm versus Sussex Thunder at Swindon Storm. I'm taking the Thunder.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, God damn it.
What, you thought I was going back to Storm? No.
No. In Division 2 East, Ipswich Cardinals versus Ouse Valley Eagles. I'll take some Eagles with me on that one.
Yeah, I'm taking the Eagles. I'm taking the Eagles as well. Yeah. Cardinals have been plucky. But Ouse has been good, and they've been handed some fucking shit scheduling.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's just keep going, Eagles.
Yeah.
Keep the.
Then we have in Division 2 West, we have Leigh Miners versus Lancashire Wolverines. And it's at Leigh. Is that the Miners?
Lee. Not Leigh.
Lee. I read it how I see it.
Well, then you obviously don't have any friends named Lee because that's how it's fucking spelled.
Yo, I think my friend's called Lee. It's just Lee.
Okay, you don't have any female friends named Lee.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Wolverines.
You're taking the. Yes, we've got our first split. I'm taking the Miners. Oh. Wait. Don't clip that.
Clip it.
I'm picking Lee. I'm picking this. I'm going to end up like Drake, like Kendrick Lamar is just going to fucking ruin me.
Yeah, there we go. We're going to go. Oh God, we're going to go Division 2.
Hang on. Wolverine, I'm typing. Okay. I lost my train of thought.
Okay.
Right, now you can go.
So we have Division 2 East, Gateshead Senators versus Pray for Donny Mustangs.
Oh, it's the Sens. It is the
Senators.
Sens.
Obviously, I'm going Senators.
What? You're not backing? Donny just tied with Wakefield.
So, no. Again, the thing is, for this game, it's a win-win for me and for Donny. Because if they beat Gateshead, you're going to do a public apology. Like, they're going to love that.
Yeah, that's true.
They will love that.
Gateshead, don't fucking lose.
I'm going Gateshead as well. Right. Division 1 West. The Apaches are back in action and they're taking on South Wales Warriors. at the Warriors ground. I'm going Apache because
it's Apache. This week so far seems pretty cut and dry.
Yeah. Then we have in the same division the Bournemouth Bobcats versus Hereford Stampede. Now, this one becomes a bit of a harder, isn't it?
I was going to say, has either team won a game all season?
I don't think they have. Nope, they both lost, and Hereford have scored more, but conceded more. But I'm going with the Stampede. They're traveling to Bournemouth, but I'm going to take the Stampede for this game. I think we're going to have another split.
The thing is, right, Hereford got fucking their pants pulled down by Somerset, and they took a decent loss against Bristol.
Yes.
Bournemouth
have just been
also got the okay.
Again, like
Who are you picking?
I'm taking Stampede.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to fucking agree with you. I was hoping to go the other way on this one.
I was hoping that too.
Yeah, no, just like again, I'm gonna fall into the Brit Ball fallacy of this team beat this team by this amount, and this team beat this team by this amount. So maybe this team should only beat this team by this amount.
No, I'm going off of the fact that I think because they have obviously it looks like Hereford's offense seems a bit better. They should be able to do something, and they've had a couple of weeks off to work everything out. So hopefully,
yeah, I'm working on the theory that Bristol put 38 on Bournemouth and Nelly put 33 on Hereford. So
fair enough. We're moving into Division 1 Central. I will never make this mistake again. We have Oxford Saints versus Rushmore Knights, and I'm going to the Knights.
Oh, you're not doubling down.
No, God no. I'm not doing
that again. Yeah, I'm definitely taking the Knights, but bro, they're going to be disappointed in Oxford.
I can't. Sorry, but you let me down again.
I mean, everybody's been disappointed in Oxford, but they're going to be hurting, bro. You had a cult following.
I did, but it's not one that I appreciate.
There we go. Martin's not happy.
Nope. I'm not.
I mean, Martin hasn't been happy for weeks because he's been playing for Oxford. But
if you get a win, then I'll back you the next game.
Yeah, but if you beat the best team in your division, then I'll change my opinion on
you. Right. So the next game, not sure if it will go ahead, but we'll find out. London Hornets versus Portsmouth Dreadnoughts.
Oh, there's no bank holiday weekend, bro. That game's definitely going ahead.
I'm gonna. Shit. I'm going. Well, the defense of the Hornets could keep them in it. But I'm gonna go Portsmouth.
Yeah, no, I refuse to back the Hornets.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Portsmouth though.
Fuck them, disgraceful organization. Yeah. So you're taking the Dread. Okay. Yeah. I was going to type in the Hornets, but I won't. Yeah, I'm taking the Dreads as well. 100% taking the Dreads.
Okay. Division 1 East. Now, who am I kidding? This could be a blowout. We have the London Olympians versus Norwich Devils. I'm taking the O's to probably, take this big time.
Taking the O's? Yeah, I'm taking the O's. Yes. I mean, they let me down. They let us both down.
No, they didn't. They didn't let me down. I picked them for East Kent. I picked East Kent. You picked the O's.
Yeah, that was fine. They let me down.
If Norwich somehow beat them, I'll be very, very shocked. But yeah,
mate, that's like Oxford beating Rushmore.
Exactly. We have Division 1 Midlands. Now, I think this will be battle for game of the week. Nottingham Caesars versus Northampton Knights at the Caesars. Oh. And it's a 12 p.m. kickoff. So if you want to catch their stream, that's what they're doing. This is going to be probably the winner. This will probably give them the front runner of the winner of this division.
Yeah, this is definitely top of the table clash.
I'm gonna go with the Caesars on this one to win it. Probably a very tight game.
Mate, it hurts my heart
You agree?
You know what? No, you know what? I'm that fucking far ahead. No, but it would. No, it's. I'm sorry. It's Nottingham. It's the C's. Yeah. I was gonna say I'm that far ahead. I can go out on a limb, but it's just throwing points away.
Oh gosh. Then next we have Division 1 North, Yorkshire Rams versus Scunthorpe Alphas.
Scunthorpe.
Yep, I agree with you.
100% Scunthorpe. The next game though,
Humber Warhawks versus Chester Romans.
Who are you taking? Right. Okay, sorry. So we had the Rams versus the Alphas. We're both picking the Alphas. Yep. Yes. So Warhawks versus Romans.
Chester Romans. They the issue is the Romans fumbled so badly in their last game that
they did. They dropped 18 points to 9 versus Sheffield.
It was very, very bad, and no one expected it. And Humber are new in division. They're the new.
So Humber have played 2 games. They should have played 3, but they had 1 postponed against Yorkshire due to a waterlogged field. So that'll be hopefully replayed later on the season. But
I'm gonna go Humber. Yeah,
taking the Warhawks.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Warhawks.
All right, I'm gonna be. I don't know, look at what happened in the past and predict that to happen in the future. So I'm taking Chester. These teams have already played. Chester beat them quite comfortably, 23-0. So I'm just going to say that's what's going to happen again.
How are they playing already again?
Bro, there's so many teams that by week 4, week 5 have played both of their fixtures against each other. It's wild.
That's so wild. Annoying.
Yeah. So
then we have. All right, so we need your cat treat box, by the way.
Oh, we're off to Scotland.
Yeah, we're off to Scotland.
Right. Mate,
so for this game,
not only do we need my cat treat box, we need my fucking post-it notes.
So just for you to write it down, it is the Highland Stags versus Clyde Valley Blackhawks. I don't have a clue.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Now we got some. Right, so we've got the Stags.
Martin, to be fair, I've seen the schedules before, but when you're playing, you don't really tend to pay attention to them.
But you're not playing.
Only now that I'm not playing. I'm paying attention to them.
Well, you're not.
That's the problem.
you're not paying attention to them. That's the problem. Right. Blackhawks.
Blackhawks or Stags? Who knows? Probably just go Blackhawks, to be honest.
All right. So I got the Blackhawks.
Yep.
Some poor writing. I got stuck halfway through. It's a complicated word, Blackhawks.
My lord.
Oh, I need to close the door because I can't be asked summoning the cats this time around. Right, this is entertaining television, I'm sure, for people.
Oh yeah,
so that's the Blackhawks. Blackhawks are all folded up. Got the Stags.
Absolutely loving it.
It's a bit of a bit by now. My partner came in. She's like, "Why is the cat treat box in here?" She's like, "I'm going to put it back downstairs where it belongs." I was like, No. I need it. Don't you go taking that away. Like, it's shooting 500. It's almost shooting better than you when it comes to predictions.
The disrespect right there.
Mate,
the disrespect.
Honestly, if you have another week like this past week, and this one gets this right, then,
I'm done.
Pretty sure it's got a bit of predicting. I don't know. Prediction percentage that you will. All right, let's close this off. Sorry, kitties.
Okay.
There's a fucking cat in here already. He's like, yo. Right.
Who does it give us? Hopefully, it's giving us. I don't know. Probably gonna be Blackhawks, to be honest. You tend to pick them out.
It is the Stags.
Ah, okay. So the box has picked a split.
The box has picked a split for us.
Ooh.
So, and I'm currently getting my leg clawed to shit because I'm not giving him a treat after shaking the box because I'm an ass. And the other two are here. Like, no.
Don't worry, we only got 2 more to go.
Yeah. I'll give you guys some treats in a second.
We are up to the Premiership South. I'm classing this obviously as the game of the week.
That's hurtful, Gary. That's very hurtful.
I am classing this the game of the week. This is the All-Stars of the South playing London Warriors versus Bristol Aztecs. This is the battle of the South, really, who will potentially become out number 1. Jesus. It's at the Warriors. Don't know if Bristol will travel well, so I'm going with the Warriors anyway. Don't know why I'm over guessing this, but yeah.
I was gonna say you put a lot of.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I'm overthinking it. I'm probably going to the. I'm definitely going to for the Warriors to win this one. But
yeah, you put a lot of preamble, and a lot of thought into that, and I'm just like I'm picking the Warriors. Like the Bristol this year doesn't seem like Bristol gone like bygone years. Like it feels like they are struggling more this season than they did last year or the year before. So I don't know, but yeah, I'm taking the Warriors.
Yes, well, this will be their second game. Well, it will be both Warriors and it'll be both Warriors and Aztecs' second game. So it'll be interesting to see what happens after their first game, what changes they make. So that'll be fun. And for the last game, we have up in Premiership North, Merseyside Nighthawks versus Tamworth Phoenix.
Don't you cancel the fucking stream. Sorry, I've just got cat.
Huh?
I've got a cat stepping on my keyboard.
Oh. What's happened? What in the world? Hello? Can you hear me? Can you? Apologies, everybody. Can you hear me? Can I get a thumbs up if you can hear me? I can't hear you. Okay, unless you're not talking. Okay, thank you. I can. Right, I'm taking.
Okay. I'm back.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, sorry. Cat decided to walk all over the keyboard. Literally fucking froze my entire monitor, and then pulled the cord out just because I wouldn't let him eat one of the notes that had been in the cat treat box. So we had fallout from. Yeah, you need to be able to feel better. There was nothing wrong on your side; it was all my side.
Yeah, I couldn't tell because I had lost connection as well, so I was kind of confused on what was going on there.
Nah, you
apologies. I will feel as well.
Right. Final game.
So we do also. Well, we have Merseyside Nighthawks versus Tamworth Phoenix. Again, as I said previously, this is probably a battle of the two teams that are looking potentially to get relegated. Tamworth shouldn't be
from the north side of it, yeah.
From the north side, I could feel there'll be an upset. I feel that there'll be an upset, and I'm going to be stupid enough.
I was going to say, wow.
I'm going to go Merseyside.
Oh, I'm taking Tamworth all day, every day, twice on Sunday.
I'm going to go Merseyside. I'm going to be very stupid on this one.
Yeah, you are. You're literally giving me a free win.
Yeah, probably am. Also,
bro, they just ran Edinburgh close. They just literally ran Edinburgh close by 2 points, and you're like, ooh, now they're going to lose to Merseyside. No, they're not.
No, they're not. I'm going.
They're not losing. No, too bad. I've already put it in. I'm not changing it. It's already been typed.
Fair enough. And the games that are being streamed this week, just for everybody to understand, we are streaming the Oz versus Norwich Devils and Saints versus Rushmore Knights.
God, Jesus Christ. There's going to be 2 bloodbaths that you're going to be able to watch.
Yes. And if it's not a bloodbath,
we're gonna be live streaming the removal of people's dignity. Like, fuck me.
Oh gosh, but hey, so that's 15 games this week. A lot less than expected.
And I think Nottingham's streaming the
Northants game. So that game will be kicking off at 12 p.m. So you'll be able to watch that game, and then you'll be able to watch either the Oz versus Devils or Saints versus Knights, or you can watch them both of them together.
Or you can do what Micah does and go to a game. Well, where are you going this week?
I am going to the game of the week down south, London Warriors versus Bristol Aztecs.
Yep.
Should be an exciting one for sure.
All right. So
are you going anywhere?
I'm just having a look at the schedule. No, I'm working actually. I wouldn't.
There's no one.
I mean, I wouldn't mind turning up at the Senators game to watch them kick the shit out of Doncaster. But no, I'm working this week and I'm working next weekend as well. So there will be no games for me for the next 2 weeks. But that should pretty much cover it for us. We had a lovely rant. And again, those two people that complained about us, get fucked.
Like, I would love to know what the complaint was about.
I'm just gonna double down. Fucking do one.
I would love to know what you complained about so I can do it again for you.
It'll 100% be something to do with what we said about either London Hornets or Cornwall Monarchs. And at which point, fuck you. Couldn't give a shit what your opinion is.
But ladies and gentlemen,
that has been the rundown. We're going to be finishing up shy of 2 hours because Micah's got a life and he's got to go
live it.
He's going to go fix the pineapple. He's going to go fix the pineapple so that way when he decides to turn it on, you've got to fix it so when it turns on, it actually looks good.
Yeah,
at the moment it's just fucking shithouse.
Just a bright light.
What's the picture on the back wall?
Oh, it's of me in an anime sort of position with my jersey on and my two swords. It was a Christmas present. Lovely Christmas present. Believe me, I love it.
Who else is in that?
My partner, my girlfriend.
Right. Okay. Is that like a Comic-Con or something?
No, she got it done for me for Christmas.
Yeah.
She personally got, so quite happy about that.
What anime styling is it?
It's more just of a. It's a good point. Need to actually double check that.
Is this your home? Is this your homie or mine?
Yours. No idea who that is actually.
Neither.
Yeah, neither. But it's sort of in a. I don't know. I'll come back to you on that next week.
We're boring the people. Right. Okay. This has been the rundown. We've covered everything from fucking terrible teams to terrible games to great games. You've got all our predictions. If you want to hear everything, if you missed chat about your game, go back. It'll be at the start. We always review everything at the start. Micah's power rankings right in the middle. If you're not happy where your team sits in the power rankings, make sure to message Micah. You can find it. Where can we find you, Micah? What are your promotable socials?
All right, my promotable socials are, you can find me at Emrich Sports and you can find me at Emrich Photography. You'll see game photos get thrown up there, and you'll also see live stories from games that I go to, either on Emrich Sports or on the Sport Tank Instagram story.
That's the thing. Oh yeah, are you gonna do us a lovely takeover for the?
I will be doing play-by-play with just me explaining everything that's going on again for the London Warriors versus Bristol Aztecs game.
Oh mate, I loved that last time round, so it'll be cracking to see. I will not be at any more games for another 3 weeks, so if you've got anything to say to my face, you will have to wait 3 weeks to say it. Apart from that, I am Oz.
I am Micah.
We are the Rundown, and we'll catch you here same time next week, guys. Thanks.